Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of The Unremembered Girl by Eliza Maxwell, performed by Will Damron. Chapter 1. Death was heavier than Henry expected. More than the sum of its parts, it would seem. He shifted the load on his shoulder, wishing he could unknow what was wrapped inside the bundle he was struggling with. He had to find a way to shake free of it. The knowing. If he didn't, it would keep adding weight, pressing his feet farther into the ground, pushing until he sank below the surface of the earth, and finally disappeared altogether. The shack loomed ahead, balanced precariously on aged, water-marked piers, jockeying for a piece of the night sky among the stately cypress that dripped Spanish moss. A struggle it was always going to lose. Forcing one foot in front of the other, Henry moved toward the rickety steps. He pictured himself sloughing off his doubts, his horror, and his regrets in a trail of moldy breadcrumbs behind him. Henry knew what he had to do. Wishing otherwise served no purpose. That would only fill him up, leaving no room for the strength he needed to dig deep and find somewhere, somehow. The steps creaked beneath his feet, giving a voice to the night that stood witness to his actions. A reminder, in case he'd forgotten. As if he could forget. The door, which hung crookedly on its hinges, swung wide as he pushed it with his foot, revealing a mostly empty space. Moonlight shone through the windows, save for the dark lines of the iron bars installed over the cracked, dirty glass. The place greeted him and his heavy load with the resignation of a bookie who knows desperation when he sees it, or a drug dealer who can spot a junkie at a mile. The place knew the score. Henry could smell it, clogging his nostrils, the thick stench that fear leaves behind. It was rolling off him, mingling with what was already there. Tonight would be different, but no less the same. Dropping the bundle on the floor with a thud that echoed through the bare room.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?